Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft League. Oh man, this pack is not great, but I think I'm going to first pick Gaia's Cradle. I love Gaia's Cradle, and really I do think it's actually the pick here. There's Snapcaster Mage, Plateau, and Gaia's Cradle. Not the stuff the dreams are made of, but I often want to find Cradle, so starting with Cradle sounds pretty good to me. I'm going to look to find Skull Clamp, Elves, Natural Order, Green Sun Zenith. I like a lot of that stuff. Or if I get really lucky, a Retrofitter Foundry and an Academy, and I could go that direction. But I actually think this is a great card to build around, so I'm happy to first pick it, given the options. Obviously, I would never choose to start a draft with just a Gaia's Cradle. A second pick, there's the Rabbit. Rabbit plus Cradle? Are we doing it? I should probably just take Arid Mesa. Arid Mesa is really strong. Red-White is also a pretty decent fetch, since Cradle implies some combination of green, white, and red. Maybe the Jackrabbit even comes back. You never know, right? And then here, there's a Taiga, which is nice with Arid Mesa. There's an Exploration. There's a Sowing Mycospawn. Ooh, to go get a Gaia's Cradle. And there's a Wasteland. I think I'm going to take Wasteland and hope to get Sowing Mycospawn back. Or Exploration. Let's see. Mind Twist, Taiga, Harvester, Leovold, maybe Research Desk, Blood Crypt. I think there's a chance that one of these two cards comes back. I could also take Taiga, but I think Wasteland has a higher potential. Oh, look, now there's Titania. All right, we are doing it. I'm going to take Titania over Lotus Cobra and Llanowar Elves and Deathray. There's actually 3 mana dorks here. I would love to get one back, but Titania is fantastic with all the cards we have so far. I'm not going to be able to resist taking Springheart. Here's the combo. Gaia's Cradle, Titania, Springheart Nantuko, and either Zuranorb or Sylvan Safekeeper. You put Springheart on Titania, you play a land, any land, you tap Cradle for a bunch of mana, you sack it to the Zuranorb, you make a copy of Titania with the Springheart trigger, that brings Cradle back, you keep the old Titania still, tap the Cradle, trigger Springheart's trigger on the stack, sack it, and you just keep doing that. You can make infinite tokens, infinite mana. You can do a lot of cool stuff. All right, so I'm going to take that. And then now there's Necromancy and Raugrin Triumph and Godless Shrine and Barrowgoyf, I guess. I suppose Urborg. I kind of want to just take one of these duels, probably Raugrin Triumph, because I could be a domain deck. I don't think Necromancy is really what I want here. All right. I like this. Oh, there's a Woodfall Worldspine Worm and a Xander's Lounge. And I guess a Fiery Confluence, but Fiery Confluence gets a lot worse once you have a lot of small creatures in your deck. It kind of makes me just want to take Worldspine Worm and hope to get that going. Or I could take the Xander's Lounge. Actually, you know what? I'm feeling Xander's Lounge. I feel like we could get a nice domain deck. There's a Brawler, but I'm just going to take Omnath. Omnath's the domain card I'm interested in, or, multicolored card, with a Pillage of the Bog in the pack too. But this deck is looking pretty cool. What do we got here? This is my extremely bad opening pack. There's a Lava Spur Boots, Delayed Blast Fireball. Usher could be decent with Cradle. Courser and Quasali Pride Mage. I guess I'm just going to take Quasali Pride Mage. I think having some of these are decent. Oh, wow. Chariot and Atali both wield. So did Skyclave, but the Rabbit didn't. It's also Inquisition, but I think I'm just going to take Asika's Chariot. It's good with Cradle. It's just good with this in this style of green deck. I feel like that's the kind of play you want to make. All right, here, unfortunately, didn't wheel what I was hoping, but it's okay. I'll take a Leovold here. Leovold could end up making the cut. Likewise, I think Beza I'm a little more likely to want than Chandra, though I'm not that likely to want it. All right, doesn't look like I wheeled any of those mana dorks, but I like this start. This start has some good stuff. So Sowing Mycospawn and Exploration both didn't wheel, but I like taking Wasteland there anyway. And here, well, Augur of Autumn is a playable, I suppose. Urborg's nice with Cradle, but I actually could see playing Generous Plunder, depending on my mana base. So I think I'll take Plunder, though I don't really want to play Plunder or Augur all that much. Blood Tithe, all right. Nominally playable cards, but I think I am not that likely to start those too much. All right, let's get into pack 2 here. Maybe we can get a nice little Mox, something to speed us up a little bit. Ooh, yes I can. Mox Sapphire is nice. Actually, that casts both Leovold and Omnath. All right. well, quite happy to take a Mox Sapphire. Pass up on a Wooded Foothills is obviously, Foothills is very nice, but Mox Sapphire is great. And, you know, maybe Temple Garden or Sylvan Library, either of those could easily come back. And here, I do like Sneak, but I don't think that's where we're at right now. There's also Avacyn's Pilgrim, Ramanop Excavator. I kind of want to just take Ramanop. It feels like we could work towards that direction. We have a Wasteland and a Fetchland already. All right, I'm in for that. All right, and here I see a Dismember or a Fanatic of Ronus with Territorial Kavu as a card I would love to wheel. I kind of want to just take Fanatic. I really think Fanatic is good, and it's great with like a bunch of these 4-power things. Dismember is also truly excellent, but you know what? I want to go big. I'm going to take the Fanatic of Ronus. Oh, and then I'm taking Birds of Paradise. Birds is awesome here. 6 is nice too, but you can't pass up on our Birds in our Cradle deck. And here, if I'd taken the Sneak, I'd take Emrakul. There's a Nissa and a Steam Vents. They both definitely have their upsides. There's also a Life Death and a Gristlebrand, I guess, but I'm not interested in either of those. Knight would be nice if it wheeled. I'm kind of tempted to just take Steam Vents. I mean, I think Nissa is totally fine, but having some untapped duels to get is pretty nice for Domain. Oh man, this is a tough one because there's Green Sun Zenith, which is excellent in these decks, and there's Sylvan Safekeeper, which is really nice with Titania. It's also Grist, but I think I've got to take Green Suns. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 cards left, Sylvan Safekeeper and Wishclaw. Let's hope that's the case, because I think Green Suns is the pick, and then now Once Upon a Time. No one ever takes this card. It's fine. I'm going to stop even talking about how good it is. I'm just going to select it when I see it and, move on from there. Here we have a Troll, but that's not going to be as good as a Commercial District. The first Surveil land is pretty nice. I don't think Botanical Sanctum's a big loss. And Temple Garden came back. That's really nice. It makes Arid Mesa into untapped green. I think that's important enough to pass up on Prismatic Ending, especially since I would like to get Onmath in the deck if possible. I like Elvish Reclaimer to get Cradle, but I just think having good mana is more important to start with. It's also really nice to have Xander's Lounge plus Temple Garden because that's all 5 colors. Okay, what is this Sneak doing here? What is going on? You know what? I'm going to take Avacyn's Pilgrim anyway. I love Sneak. I draft Sneak plenty, but this actually looks like more of a Pilgrim deck. Here, Waterlogged Grove actually has some interesting stuff with Ramanop and Titania, and so I think that's worth taking. There's also a Spire Bluff, but I don't think that's too big of a loss here. And Cradle's still looking pretty good here. Oh, I don't mind picking up an Arwen. There's also Haywire Might. In fact, both of these are great, though I guess I have Qasali Pridemage, which is a lot like Haywire Might, so let's just take Arwen. Knight of the Reliquary came back around. Yeah, I'm in for that over Copperline Gorge. I don't have any red cards, so besides the Omnath. Oh, Razorverge Thicket Displacer Kitten, so no Sylvan Safekeeper. Oh, well. So it goes. All right, pack 3 time. Strip Mine would be a nice one. Let's see what we can pick up. There's a Parallax Wave here. There's a Shieldred. There's a Time Twister, I guess. So I do have Leovold. I think I'm just going to take Parallax Wave. I have Razorverge Thicket and Temple Garden. And honestly, Parallax Wave is kind of like the White Fire Covenant, where you have one removal spell in your deck and you just use that to kill all their creatures. So I'm fine with Parallax Wave being one of my few white cards here. Well, now there's a Reprieve, so I could just take that. I feel like it's not too bad to have a little bit of white here. And there's an Uro and a Questing Beast. I'm not going to get Lotus Petal back, but Uro or Questing Beast would be great. I think I still just want Reprieve, just have a little bit of disruption. Whoa. I guess I could have taken the Echo of Eons or Time Twister. There's a Bowmasters here. There's also Pest Infestation and Verdant Catacombs. That is interesting, but yes, very interesting. Yet I still take Verdant. Didn't wheel Territorial Kavu. That was kind of a beat. Maybe I should just take Pest Infestation, though. I almost always just take fetch lands in spots like this. But I guess I actually don't have... I mean, I have a bunch of white cards. I don't need to play this Leovold. I'm just going to take Pest Infestation. This card, I think, is just too strong to pass up. And now I think it's Sylvan Caryatid over Stoneforge and Dotha Triome, not a Luris deck. All right, Sylvan Caryatid looks pretty good. It's late Reanimate, but Reanimate is a just strong card. I have Caryatid, Birds, Arid Mesa to get Xander's Lounge. I could also take Guide of Souls because it's a strong card itself. I could take Tribal Flames. That's going to be a deal 5 a lot of the time. Yeah, I don't really want to take Ponder. I have... Yeah, all right. Actually, Tribal Flames seems like it's reasonable. Here, there's Mother of Runes, Findhorn Elves, and Endurance. I'm just going to take, I think, Findhorn. I could also take Recurring Nightmare. I've got some black sources, and it's pretty great with Titania Omnath. Or I could take Spar's Headquarters, or I could take Mother of Runes, depending on how much white I want. Or I could just take Endurance. I think I'll just take Endurance. I've actually been pretty high on Endurance. It's been a really strong card for me. Oh, that's a late Ajani. Probably not going to get a Skull Clamp at this point. There's also Flayed, but that's not really castable. All right, Ajani is pretty nice with Gaia's Cradle, and could be nice with like Springheart Nantuko Ajani. You make a copy, keep the original. This one, the new one dies, and you flip Ajani. That's actually pretty sick. There's also Risen Reef, but I think Ajani is a lot stronger, so I'll take that. Risen Reef Omnath is nice. Risen Reef Springheart goes pretty nuts. Ooh, White of the Reliquary versus Primeval Titan versus Teferi Time Raveler. There's also a Wandering Emperor, I guess, and a Talon Gates, but I don't really want those. White of the Reliquary, I just don't have great black fixing. It would be nice with Ajani. Nice way to sack the token. Or Springheart. Pretty decent with Fnatic. There's also just Primetime getting some lands. You know what? Let's take Primetime. I want a little bit more action here. And then I think Outland Liberator is better than Quasali Pride Mage. This pack has, I guess, a Teferi I could definitely see playing. I don't think I'd play any of the other cards. Here, I mean, Thalia is a good sideboard card. So is Jite. I think I'd rather just take Thalia and have like a sideboard card against spells decks. I just took Thalia over Jite. I could have taken the Stoneforge, but I think I'll just take a Lush Portico. That sounds like a pretty nice little land. Or, actually, I already have one Surveil land. Let's just take Indatha Triumph. Oh, Guide of Souls came back? Okay. I'll consider that one. Do I want to put Leovold in my deck? No. If I just take Leovold out, I feel like it makes my mana better. And then here, I'm playing 16 land plus a Mox right now. And a Once Upon a Time. Yeah, that all seems totally fine. And then I just have Teferi for blue, which I get off of Steam Vents or Ralgren's Triumph or Sapphire, or Waterlog Grove. That seems, and Omnath as well for blue. And then Tribal Flames is the only red card, which I don't need a basic mountain or anything for. And then it's all green or white past that. That's pretty reasonable too. All right. Don't think I want Generous Plunder, Augur, any of those things in. Augur can be a nice way to spend a lot of mana. I think this looks pretty good. And then for basic lands, I don't think I need an island or a mountain. And I just play like 2 plains, 3 forests. Let's see. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turn 1 green. I would like one more on that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 white plus the other things. This makes me want to play like one more land, I think. But no, this should be enough. This actually should be fine. All right, let's get in there. All right, time for round 1. I'd like to play first. All right, I'm going to keep this because I can play Green Suns for a bird on turn 2, and I'll be pretty close to casting Omnath. I guess I would need one of the blue. I need to find a blue or red source in order to cast it on turn 3. The question is, do I play Indatha Triumph? I kind of don't think so, because I would rather cycle this if I miss on turn 3. That seems reasonable. All right, I'm going to lead on Razorbird's Thicket, because if they wastelanded on turn 1, I'm actually like not unhappy about that. I'll have us both skip our turn, so no reason to fear here. They have a turn 1 birds. That's not what I was hoping to see. Let's see, turn 2. All right, Endurance. Let's go Green Suns for 1. And I'll get Birds of Paradise. and pass the turn. Hoping for red or blue mana to emerge. Though I can just play Endurance if I miss. I can maybe keep my mana up for Endurance or Cycle Triumph. Looks like they've got to play though. Wow, they are ramping too. Okay. The ramp mirror, huh? Oh, wow, they are going hard. All right, draw a Johnny. I'm going to wait a turn on that. I don't think Endurance is going to be needed for Graveyard Hate. I mean, we'll see. They could obviously be playing like Survival of the Fittest and Reanimates or something. Maybe I can get a opportunity to snipe an Elvish Mystic here. And even if I don't, next turn I can go a Johnny plus Cycle and Dotha Triumph, which I think is a little bit more efficient. So using my 2 mana play when I have 2 different 3 mana plays and I'm about to hit 5 mana, I don't think makes too much sense. All right. Well, I'm not going to attack with this bird. I will just be passing the turn. Maybe they'll attack with their Elvish Mystic. That'd be sweet. I mean, they've got a lot of mana, but perhaps they've flooded out. One can always hope, right? All right. Drop into... I guess the elf isn't attacking this turn. 4 mana. I'm hoping this isn't a Mind Twist. This could be a Time Warp, I suppose. Oh, Treachery on the bird? Okay. I guess that's fine. It's pretty annoying, but I mean, Treachery on Omnath wouldn't have been great for me either, so... They have 2 cards left in hand. Treachery still costs them 2 mana, which is funny. Usually it's free. Into Sentinel? Alright. If that's their last piece of action, that's not too bad. I guess they're going to Caryatid to map token the Sentinel here. That's my guess. Oh, they're map tokening their bird. Flipping up Daze. Well, they're not going to keep that one. I think I'm going to Endurance Daze back into their deck. I mean, they could keep Daze. That would be strangely aggressive, though. Oops, I clicked through playing the Endurance. Did I? Oh, I see. They didn't have a beginning. I got my beginning of combat step removed, and then that definitely made it a little tougher. Well, I don't care about playing Endurance right now. Then let's just play Arwen. And I think, given the situation, I'm just going to play the Dotha Triumph. I'm not cycling this thing anytime soon. Pass the turn. An Endurance in play wouldn't have done much. I guess cycling the Triumph would have been better, as it turns out. But I'm next turn going to get to play a Johnny. They get to attack and make a token, a map token. And they get to attack with their bird, sure. All right, they have 2 cards in hand. Land, perhaps? All right. Block. It'd be sick if they had a Stomp. If you cast Stomp from Bone Crusher Giant, it makes damage unable to be prevented, which actually stops protection from preventing the damage. So it's a pretty good counter to like Mother of Runes, for example. And I would assume they're going to use their map token here. Hopefully they don't have like a big play instead. All right, map probably on the bird still, though maybe it's on the Sentinel at this point. No, it's on the bird, and they hit Mind Twist. Oh, that one doesn't bother me that much. Next turn, I'm going to play a Johnny and a land, so I'll have 2 cards in hand, and I'll probably play Endurance. So I will lose out on this Omnath. There's my Xander's Lounge. Well, it doesn't really make sense to play it, to play the Xander's Lounge, I don't think, because I want to get an Endurance and a Johnny into play. Otherwise, I lose all my cards. Okay, Johnny. Pass the turn. And no attacks. They can't really attack with their Sentinel anymore. Oh, what's their end of turn play? Oh, Fairy Mastermind. Huh. That's funny. Oh, and they're each gonna draw now? Oh wow, that's filthy with that Mind Twist coming up. That's a pretty good last card to have. Wow. I guess they're also going to Mind Twist before attacking, most likely. Which means I don't even get to Endurance to ambush the Fairy Mastermind. I'm in a bit of trouble now, I would say. Let's see what I can get going, but I guess the Tribal Flames wasn't doing much once I discarded the Xander's Lounge. That wasn't the end of the world, but I'm not a big fan of what's going on here. I'm just not really accomplishing much here. All right, they played an island, and here comes the Mind Twist. Mind Twist for 4, leaving Fairy Mastermind up. I guess I will Endurance, and I will shuffle their Xander, or their Daze back, or not shuffle, put Daze on the bottom of their deck. I think there's no reason not to do that. Okay, cast. And I'll lose these 3 cards, but honestly, without the Xander's Lounge, the other 2 weren't castable anyway, so not even the end of the world. I mean, I've got some draws here that could kind of get me going, but currently we're not too close to that. Oh, bird coming in? And the Fairy Mastermind? No, that's illegal. You can't do that. All right, I'll block the Fairy Mastermind, I guess. Oh, and I drew Parallax Wave? Huh. All right, well, never mind. We're winning. At this point, I'm going to Parallax Wave the Sentinel. And I think attack with everything. And I can probably also Parallax Wave my bird back. Oh, no, they put the... Oh, smart. They put the counters on their bird, not mine. That attack into my Endurance did not work out well. Oh, I'm going to Arwen the Cat Warrior token to kill the Sylvan Caryatid. They take a bunch of damage, and I think I'm going to Parallax Wave both birds. I don't care that much if they get Sentinel back here. It's easily possible that they could have non-Sultai colored cards in their deck, so getting the birds off the board seems like it works pretty nicely, and this leaves the court open for me to kill them next turn. If they play, if they didn't have a creature. Parallax Wave, I mean, the Fairy Mastermind attack was quite bad, but Parallax Wave would have been really good no matter what. Okay, so playing against Mind Twist, green, don't want Thalia, don't think I want Beza. Leovold? No, I think we're pretty good here. All right. Yeah, this hand looks pretty solid. It's a Indatha Triome into a Johnny into Wasteland plus Reprieve is kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, if they start with a bunch of Accelerants, which they did not, that'd be harder. Oh, there's now a Sylvan Caryatid. Caryatid would also be a pretty nice 2-mana play. This accelerates out this Titania, so I need them to draw some of their non-basics, but I'm sure they will at some point here. Oh, man. That's pretty good. I think I'm actually just going to pass, because I can't Titania next turn anyway. And I think having a Reprieve up for whatever they're going to Devoted Druid out could be pretty nice. Especially if they're paying some Devoted Druid untap costs here. Oh, Vengevine? I guess I will Reprieve it, but it's not very exciting. Somehow they drew all their basics. They had a bunch of non-basics last game, but we're actually unable to do that. Oh, they have Daze? Sure, this is also fine with me. Getting my Reprieve dazed here would not be the end of the world. All right. Let's see. Caryatid or a Johnny, I guess. Oh, I guess both. Wow, what a draw. Moxes are good, huh? Let's not play the Wasteland yet, because I don't want them to know that I've got a Wasteland coming. And then, wow, that Mox was incredible. If Vengevine attacks, I could just block with the Cat Warrior and flip a Johnny. Seems like it would be pretty good. Omnath is actually a red permanent, which is nice for that too. Next turn, I'd probably just remake the cat. Alternately, I could just take the damage. But I kind of feel like a a Johnny flipping is decent. At the very least, I make a cat every turn and can block the Vengevine with that cat. Or I could +2 it. I mean, the -4 on this is also pretty strong. All right, are they sending in the Vengevine? They sure are. I don't see a huge downside to blocking here. If they have a way to kill a Johnny, then they have a way to kill a Johnny. And they didn't show us a ton of that. All right, I'll flip it. And then next turn, I can 0 it to make cats to block. I think at 14, I'm fine using this to preserve my life total. They didn't play a non-basic, unfortunately. But maybe I'll draw a fetch land. Fetch land would be a really nice draw. Oh, I'm getting mind twisted. That's a bummer. All right. Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I just hopefully draw an Omnath or a Green Suns. That'd be really nice. Let's see if I can get a little action here. Because I like my draw otherwise. Oh, Arwen? Yeah, Arwen is pretty great. All right, let's go Arwen. And I think I'm actually just going to +2 the Ajani. Because now I've got a blocker for the Vengevine. And next turn I can -4 it. And they have to sack down to 1 of each type among non-lands. So if they play another creature, I can -4 and just kill 2 of their creatures. They do get to choose the one that they keep, but I think that's not that big of a deal. Also, if I make a cat next turn, that's also totally reasonable. It is technically better to make a cat and then next turn +1 it, or +2 the Ajani to get a +1/+1 counter on the cat, if that's the 2 you're going to use. But I like having my options open for the -4 if they like play 2 creatures this turn or something, or at least it prevents them from doing so, which I think is kind of nice. Now they play a non-basic. Nurturing Peatland into Sylvan Caryatid, tapping the Devoted Druid. Interesting. Into Dark Confidant. Okay. So they sure did play out a bunch of creatures here. I guess I'll -4 them. They're probably just going to keep Dark Confidant and lose the rest. Do I attack with Arwen is kind of the question here. Because if they play 2 creatures next turn for Vengevine, that would be pretty annoying. But I also would like to get a little damage in. Because they have a Dark Confidant in play. Because I assume they're sacking down to Dark Confidant. But I guess we'll find out. I just feel like killing 3 of their mana plus a Vengevine is worth it if they want to keep a Dark Confidant. All right, play this. I think I'm just going to attack them. Having 2 creatures for Vengevine in their, out of their like 1 card in hand plus the one they flip plus what they draw is, and only 4 mana to start with seems like it'd be pretty tough. They hit Grist the Hunger Tide. I guess it counts as a creature spell. So if they have a cheap creature, they have to have a 1 mana creature or a land and a 2 mana creature. All right, we'll see if they get it done. The other thing is if they attack a Johnny with Vengevine and Dark Confidant, I can use Arwen to make Caryatid into a 1/4 to kill the Dark Confidant. So that's also kind of nice. Plus their Grist can -2 to kill Johnny. I'm really glad I didn't wait on the Ajani here. Oh, Liliana of the Veil. Oh, I see. So they're going to -2. So if I sack Caryatid, yeah, that's fine. I'll sack the Caryatid. I lose my Ajani, but then I get to attack Liliana. And, oh, they're just going to keep that play. Doesn't really make sense, I don't think, but okay. I guess I'll attack Liliana. Seems okay to do so. Why did they keep Dark Confidant back? Are they really planning on chumping here? Seems kind of wild, but okay. All right. Liliana down. Let's make a cat. I'll still play the Guy's Cradle. So I have a lot of mana. Drawing a type prime time here would be nice. Okay, they have Grist in hand. And Forest. So they could have 2 creatures now for this Vengevine. But fading just 1 turn was pretty good. And then if I want, I can use Arwen to make this cat a 3/2 indestructible. So there's possible if they attack with Vengevine, I could, depending on the situation, block it. Let's see. This looks like the grist. It is indeed. They also have a creature. It'd be nice if they did not. They can -2, or they can +1 here. The -2 is not very strong unless they have another creature. If they have another creature to bring back Vengevine and then attack with it and then sack it or something like that, that could be pretty strong. All right, they're going to make a creature milling a swamp and pass the turn. Or are they going to attack with the Dark Confidant now? They're shipping the turn. All right. Waterlogged Grove. Let's cash this in first. See what's up. Any action? Any prime times? Or something large? Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so let's go Omnath. Hold on. Oh, I have red and blue from the same source. I don't get to cast it because I tapped the Mox Sapphire. I saw that I had blue. Oh, that's costly. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to just make another cat here. And I'm going to attack Grist with these two. And I'm kind of happy with how this goes either way. If I'd been able to play Omnath and then plus or 0 Ajani and shoot something, that would have obviously been incredible. I think that's fine. I'm not going to use the Arwen counter yet. Okay, Dark Confidant. See what it flips here. Another forest. Okay. I want to just keep Arwen's ability in case I want to block the cat or have the cat block a Vengevine. The threat of activation on Arwen's ability is pretty nice too. So I can -2 Grist here on sack Dark Confidant if they want. That doesn't sound super appealing, I'm sure. I would really like to survive to cast this Omnath. That would be really nice. All right, they're making a token with Grist, milling a breeding pool. It's acceptable. Really hoping they don't get that Vengevine back this turn. This looks expensive enough that it's less likely that happens. It could be like a Sentinel here. Oh, Tireless Tracker and then play a land. Okay. Ooh, or is this a creature? Oh, this looks like another creature. That's unfortunate. Oh. Okay, they tapped 2 mana, then played a land. And now they're investigating. All right, but it seems like they're playing a creature here. And in that case, they could kill my Ajani if they attacked it with both Vengevine and Dark Confidant. But, oh, they're playing Oko. So that's a completely different story. All right, now what? Let's see. Any target? Okay. Well, depending on how this goes, I could kill Oko with the Ajani maybe. They're making their clue. Luckily, their clue can't attack this turn. 3, 4. So I need to find one more creature. In that case, I do get to kill Oko with Ajani, though I could also kill Grist with Ajani. They do have a bunch of blockers here. It's just kind of annoying. I really hope they don't attack here. They kind of shouldn't. I guess if they do, I could always also put a +1/+1 counter, or and make it indestructible if I block Dark Confidant. So never mind. I actually hope they attack because I'll trade moving the counter off Arwen for Dark Confidant. Parallax Wave would also be a pretty nice draw. So let's hope we can find something along those lines, though. Really, any creature is a pretty good place to start too. Yeah, like that one. All right, so let's go Omnath. Well, hold on. How am I casting Omnath? So if I cast it white, blue, red, green, yeah, I guess this is fine to start. And then I can tap the Pilgrim, play the Pilgrim, and then tap Cradle afterwards if I want. They don't have a response, I'm sure. My opponent's actually going to run into time issues if they, even if they win this game, which, this game's close. I don't know who is going to win it, of course. I guess I don't really have great attacks here. All right, Omnath hits the board. I draw a card. That doesn't really do much. All right, let's go Avacyn's Pilgrim. And make a token and kill Oko. And then I could, let's see. I could attack Grist here. I kind of think I do. I want to punish them for if they want to -2 the Grist to try to like kill my Ajani, for example. Oko just gets so out of hand. I don't know. I could see an argument for just killing Grist there because Oko can't stop the Ajani, but if they Oko the Omnath, then I no longer deal damage anyway, so that already kind of doesn't work. Okay, and now let's put the counter on the cat here to make them both win this fight and survive. Then I'll play Razor Verge Thicket and gain 4 life because might as well. All right, Dark Confidant. See if they can flip another land. Let's see. They flipped Witherbloom Command. Oh no, that's annoying. That can kill, yeah, that can kill the Ajani straight up and take out a Cat Warrior with it. Okay. It's kind of funny when you get into this position where it's like, yeah, I mean, we got a game here. The Witherbloom by itself, like Witherbloom Command into like maybe minusing Grist on Omnath, or even just putting counters on Tireless Tracker, already puts them in, I think, a pretty decent position. But they have 5 minutes and 55 seconds left. They have been playing at this pace the entire match, so it's not like they're probably that capable of like playing 2 or 3 X's fast. They're down a game. I don't really see how they win this match, but you know, that's a them problem, not so much a me problem. All right, land, make a clue. They still have Witherbloom in hand. It's possible they don't know they could kill a Johnny with it, but I wouldn't really bet on that. They have a kind of nice looking Sultai deck. I don't typically play Daze in these kinds of decks, and Vengevine has really not looked that good. Usually doesn't. So, but I really like Oko, Noble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, Grist, you know, Mind Twist, Sylvan Carotid, all that stuff's pretty good. No, they wiped the Ajani, indeed. Oh, this, right. This didn't get indestructible, so this actually traded. Never mind. I didn't even factor that in somehow. I'm going to cycle this Ragran Triumph. For some reason I thought Arwen was also winning that fight, but yes, it does not. I guess I'll cycle the Xander's Lounge as well. Hey, better than drawing normal lands. Definitely can do something with that. Cracking the clue for Tireless Tracker. All right. Draw. Outland Liberator. Yeah, that's not so bad. Let's attack Grist with both, I guess. It's the last turn that the Tireless Tracker can't block the Cat Warrior. Block. Okay, I'll trade these off. And then I'll play an Outland Liberator. Imagine drawing Parallax Wave. Be a nice one. All right, pass the turn. So now they can, if they have a creature, they can -2 Grist, sack that creature to kill the Omnath. If they have 2 creatures, they get back Vengevine, and then I'm probably pretty toast. But like I said, they're at 345 now. I don't really think that's going to be too easy. Oh, hold on. I guess I should actually turn off auto yields. I have an Outland Liberator in play. Maybe if they killed it without sacking the clue, I'd sack it to force them to pop the clue. But mostly I shouldn't really auto yield when I have the ability to play this. What if they treacheryed it or something? Not that they would actually do that, but. Okay. I'm going to +1 Grist, mill an island. I'm shocked they haven't found enough creatures to bring back Vengevine deck yet. That seems somewhat unfortunate for them. All right. Sentinel's also decent. And let's see what their last play is. If it's another creature, in comes Vengevine. No, they're map tokening, revealing a Fairy Mastermind. Probably good enough at this point. They've got to be looking for just anything cheap. Oh no, they're out there. They got something else in mind. All right. And yeah, attacking with Tracker is a good play there. All right, let's take it. Let's draw any prime times or Green Suns. Yeah, Fanatic of Ronus isn't a 0. Unfortunately, I can't attack, though. I'm just going to have to pass the turn. When you got 2 minutes and 40 seconds on your clock, you can't wait 3 seconds with Fanatic of Ronus on the stack. It's just not really going to work. Well, if they speedrun this, maybe. But they still have to kill me here first. Like, this game is not over. They're definitely ahead right now. They're, in fact, going to sack their insect to kill my Omnath, is my assumption. I think I'm still, like, a Parallax wave away from at least not losing a prime time. Would have been better with Omnath in play, because I would have also gained some life. But, I've got some good outs here. Overgrown Tomb. Decide whether I want to pay 2 life or not. No, not paying the life. I think I might chump block with Fanatic of Ronus here, because if I do that, I get to bring it back as a 4/4 next turn, which is pretty nice. That can at least do some blocking. And now they got their birds. All right, you know what? I am just going to yield through. It's fine. So they should hit with both. And I guess Fanatic will chump the Tireless Tracker. I'll take 4 down to 18. Oh, they F6. They didn't even play the map token. Oh, would you look at that? Actually, hold on. Let's play this first. Let's pay white, and then 2, just to make sure if they have like a mana leak or something, it's not going to get me. And what I think I'm going to do here is take game actions until they concede, because they have, like I said, very, very little time left. They have a minute left. Parallax Wave the Sentinel, Parallax Wave the Tireless Tracker, Parallax Wave the Birds. This way I can attack the Grist here and take the Grist out. Parallax Wave is quite the card. It just kills all their creatures for multiple turns. Is basically what it's going to end up doing here. With Outland Liberator in play, actually, you can also do the target with Parallax Wave. In response, sack Outland Liberator, blow up your own Parallax Wave. And then because they've never gone under, they can't come back, and then they're just exiled when the ability resolves. That didn't happen here, but they weren't going to beat me with enough time. And all right, 1-0. We'll take it. All right, time for round 2. I would like to play first. I don't think this is a keeper. It's close, but I need to draw a lot of lands for it to be good. All right, this hand is pretty nice. What do I do with this? Honestly, I might put back Green Suns. Yeah, that actually looks kind of like the thing to put back, because Raugrin Triome is a pretty good land for Omnath, and so is Arid Mesa, of course. So let's go turn 1 Pilgrim. Turn 2, I might bestow Springheart and play a tapped Raugrin Triome and just make a 1/1 token. We'll see what they do. They might be killing my thing. No, they didn't kill my thing. Yeah. I think this is good. And then play Raugrin Triome. And then next turn, I can play... I guess I can't Arid Mesa Omnath. Or I can't Temple Garden Omnath. So I think I'll probably just go Arid Mesa and Omnath here. Not getting the... Oh, I could do Waterlogged Grove, right? White, green, yeah. That's great, actually. So let's go... We're not paying for the token. Blue, white, and red. Draw, and I'll hit for 1. And then next turn, well, we got like the potential to do something big. Got a lot of mana. Could make multiple Avacyn's Pilgrims. I could have waited on the Springheart, but putting it on Omnath, it's okay, because you can make copies of Omnath as just draw a card. But it felt like using my mana more efficiently was better. Pest Infestation, huh? Do I care about that? I kind of don't. I think I'm just going to do this and then pay for the Springheart because I don't have anything better to do. And then go to my attacks. And I'm going to send with the 2 insects. I'll send with Omnath too. If they have a bolt to bolt Omnath and make a token to block, that's fine. It doesn't feel like I'm not actually winning enough that I feel like I want to give up the potential of 4 damage from Omnath. That's too much. It's not, and it's also not like Omnath is doing anything mission critical right now. Like, it's good, but it's not I mean, it's at this point I don't need the mana from it all that much. I've already drawn the card. I guess I could play Arid Mesa and have it sit in play to set up a deal 4. Oh wow, they got to just mill Triplicate Titan. But when someone mills off of one of the Surveil lands, one of their big creatures in their like Reanimator deck without setting it up, it's awesome. It's just such a good extra bit of value. I'm probably going to crack Waterlog Grove end of turn here, but we'll see what they do. Retrofitter. Oh, this Pest Infestation is starting to look pretty good. I would still like to wait on it until they tap out for something. So like if I attack this turn and they use Retrofitter, then that's one thing. Or if they just tap out. If they just tap out for like another artifact here, then we're really talking. Stomping Ground. Going to 9? All right. They're doing something over here. Are they just going to pass? Huh. Okay, and then they concede. Works for me. I guess I will put in a Qasali Pride Mage given what I've seen. And I think Athalia, I kind of want to add another Plains. And I could take out an Endurance probably. I could take out a Forest. And then maybe Teferi. Teferi is just fine. All right, let's do it. On the draw here, let's see what all we've got. Any Moxen? Oh, indeed. This hand looks nice. All right, I will keep this. If I can once upon a time into like a Sylvan Caryatid and just have turn 1 Caryatid, turn 2 Omnath, that sounds so sick. All right, let's see what Uat has for us. Oh, well, the Pilgrim means it's not even that big of a deal. I don't need the Sylvan Caryatid. In fact, I think I want to just take Prime Time here because I can go Razorverge Thicket, Avacyn's Pilgrim. I'm not at Prime Time mana yet because I will have to crack this Arid Mesa in order to play the Omnath, but I don't think I need to get more mana, so I think just taking the biggest payoff card is better. If they kill this Avacyn's Pilgrim, it does slow the Omnath down a little bit, but we might still be able to get there. And if I drew one of my kind of few red or blue sources without having to use Arid Mesa, that could be cool, but that doesn't seem super likely. They kept the card on top with their Raucous Theater, and they're going to kill my Pilgrim. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't mind a Mana Dork here. Oh, Pest Infestation. I think I'm going to play the Arid Mesa because getting Raugrin Triome seems pretty good here because it's a second white for Parallax Wave. So I don't think I'm supposed to wait to try to draw one of my sources for a fetch land. Otherwise, I got a new like tempered glass panel to slide the chair around, and it's like a little slidey. All right, what you got? No plays, huh? All right. If they Tishana's Tidebinder me, I'll be pretty mad. All right, they did not, and I will get Raugrin Triumph. Draw. Oh, Vendilion Click? All right. I guess V-Click is a reason not playing the Mox could have been bad. Oh, hey, Jules. But against their colors, you're usually better off waiting on Moxes because getting it abraded or killed by some other red removal spell is pretty bad. Yeah, they actually, if I were them, not knowing their hand, of course, I would probably take the Mox, but because it makes it so I mean, I'd totally get taking Pest Infestation also, but I would be scared of the Mox as well. Because taking the Mox not only means I don't have 4 mana this turn, but I also can't cast Omnath at all. Okay. Omnath's in. Council's Judgment. Yeah, that's not a bad one either. If I cast that this turn, it could be pretty good. Especially if they like have some sort of reanimate sort of deal. Let's see what this is. This looks like a metamorph, actually. Oh, Thieving Skydiver. Well, that explains why they didn't kill the Mox. Sure. If they don't play anything else, I think I'm just going to play Parallax Wave this turn. Unless I draw, obviously, some kind of action. Oh, man. Birds is actually pretty tempting. Because I can prime time the next turn. Let's see. Yeah, I think I kind of like that. And I think I will play Council's Judgment. And just eat their Vendilion Click. They have 5 points of attackers in the air. It feels like killing one. Spending my mana to kill one is pretty good because I'm going to want to slam Titan next turn. Get like Wasteland and Cradle or something like that. Or maybe Commercial District and Wasteland. That's probably better. Let's see what they've got. If they have a Fallen Shinobi here, that would be impressive. But they might have played that last turn anyway. Okay, well, I drew the Cradle anyways, so I guess there's that. I kind of assume this is going to get countered here. I hope it's not Smirking Spelljacker, though. Oh, Subtlety. That's like the weakest counter just about. I mean, I guess, well, Memory Lapse is still weaker, but I'm fine with drawing a Titan next turn here. Smash with Omnath. It's possible that they wanted to just leave the Skydiver back to block, but who knows? Oh, and a Fairy Mastermind. So they have a lot of blue attackers. I'm glad I Council's Judgment did the Vendilion Click. Really, they snapped off the Pest Infestation when this is what they are doing. Still, I get not taking the Mox because of the Skydiver. Maybe long-term Pest Infestation is just like the most annoying thing for them to deal with. That's fair. They're drawing now with Fairy Mastermind? I get wanting to make a play this turn, but you give up the ability to make me double draw. I guess if they have a land here, no, they've already played their land. All right, yeah. Think a little more patience there would have probably worked out better. Oh, Wasteland is pretty nice because I can waste that. Cuts them off black mana while also letting me trigger my Omnath, and then now this is going to trigger even more. Let's definitely get Commercial District. Oh, and Waterlogged Grove. And then Omnath triggers. I actually get to cast Parallax Wave. I'll put the Ramanop on top. I have enough mana now that Ramanop plus Waterlogged Grove is just a legit engine. And then now I have a Parallax Wave out. All right, I think we win this one. Parallax Wave is just the best kind of like safety valve I can imagine. I'm at 19. They can just attack me for 7. Who cares? It stops most of the effects of like a Through the Breach or something like that. Obviously, if they Through the Breach an ETB, I can't stop the ETB, but it can stop their thing from attacking. And that's a 2-0. All right, Uno Mas here. All right, time for the finals. I would like to play first. I like this hand. Parallax Wave is such a good card. That's like one of the biggest reasons to play white in one of your decks. It's also, it's funny, it's a double white card I often stretch my mana base for in an otherwise not very white deck because the effect it has is just so difficult to beat. Okay, let's go Temple Garden into Birds and save the fetch. A for Omnath, B could get a Commercial District, and C, I don't actually know what land I specifically want. Island Go. Well, there's the Omnath, so let's just play Raugrin Triumph. Pass the turn. If I draw a Mox next turn, we're going to have a turn 3 to end all turn 3s, assuming they don't have a counter spell. But which Island Go is not that likely to not have a counter, but you never know. Because if I draw a Mox next turn, I can go Omnath, Arid Mesa, Titania. That sounds extremely good. Oh, I can't play Titania here. I'm going to play Omnath. It's going to get countered, I assume. Of course, it's mana drained, but yeah, whatever. And then next turn, I was going to play Titania and, get my fetch land back. But mana drain, very powerful card. I think this card's an incredible amount worse than it used to be, just because I think that blue control decks just aren't actually that good. Well, that was not a very scary use of mana drain so far. We'll see what this is. Into gut. A little more, but Parallax Wave will help. But when you land mana drain, yeah, it can be really good. Into Urza Saga? Wow, all right. Now they're really cooking here. Into Basalt Monolith. So they're going to attack with gut. Are they going to sack the Mox Pearl? I would imagine they do. Maybe they sack Basalt Monolith, but I feel like it's more likely they sack Mox Pearl. Oh, they sacked nothing. Huh. I'm just going to put Titania into play. Let's get probably just plains. And hopefully they don't have another counter here. Okay. Now I pass, and that'll get a commercial district. And then Parallax Wave is going to do some real good work against Gut tokens or Urza Saga tokens. Though they can't even attack with Gut here because I can block with Titania or the 5/3. So we'll see. Outland Liberator for that Saga would be nice. Oh, they're tapping the Saga immediately? Oh, they're just making a token right now. Huh. Well, why that timing? Is there like a time walk coming or something? I don't get it. Oh, Wasteland would be incredible. If I can find that, we're in great shape. Okay, commercial district. I actually think we're still in pretty good shape regardless. Ramanop. Oh, okay. Ramanop's interesting because I can go Ramanop into Arid Mesa. Assuming they don't have a counterspell, I guess. I'm going to take a little damage here, but because I think I have to get Steam Vents now in order to get an untapped land. Oh. They have a counterspell? Oh, a Venser. Sure. Venser my Titanian response. All right. That I think is okay. Play Arid Mesa. Crack this. Get Steam Vents, go to 9. Play Parallax Wave. Go to 8. Let's go ahead and Parallax Wave the Construct. And I think I just attack with the Elemental token. I don't really see a reason not to. They can't really attack me back because I just block whichever 2/2 attacks and then Parallax Wave if they make a Gut Skeleton. And then next turn, I get to go Titania. Between Titania and Ramanop, I can crack that Arid Mesa a bunch that only has one target left. Yeah, them making a token is great too because I'm going to get to just Parallax Wave those tokens. So if they have nothing better to do than make the token, I'm pretty happy. See what they can get with their Saga trigger. Shadow Spear? I guess you can Shadow Spear so you can attack past my Ramanop. Like Shadow Spear the Venser or something? Sure. Or the Gut. All right. If that's the case, I think I just flicker the Gut out before they attack. I don't really see a reason to let them attack at that point. I think they wanted to put it on the Venser so I couldn't Parallax Wave it. Because Parallax Waving Venser is a lot less impressive. Okay, let's just draw. This goes to 2. Oh, Green Suns. I guess I could get Prime Time. My Omnath's already dead. Outland Liberator at some point is an option, but let's go Titania first. Get back that land. Crack this, go to 7, make a Titania token, get Indotha Triumph. Crack the Waterlogged Grove to draw a card, make another Titania token, draw a card. And I guess probably play Xander's Lounge because I can play Waterlog next turn. wipe out the construct, and I will attack with this elemental token. If they want to trade it with Venser, it's fine with me. And I keep one parallax wave counter on it, or one counter on the parallax wave. And then, I mean, right now they're just, I guess, not technically dead to my attacks. They go to 1, but I also don't really know how they can actually do something here. I'm at 7. I'm not an infinite life. I guess I'll just leave the parallax wave how it is. Johnny. Let's go Waterlogged Grove, draw a card. Make a Titania token. Oh, Fairy Mastermind. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, into Reprieve. Reprieve is kind of nice. And let's send here. They go to 1. Not attacking with the bird. The bird is not the word. And then I'm going to keep up Reprieve for sure. The question is, what else do I do with my mana? I think I'm going to Green Suns for an Endurance, funnily enough, because that stops their Fairy Mastermind from attacking me. I think that's going to be better. I guess I could have cut an Arwood and forced the chump. Arwood was the answer. That's really funny. I'm just not going to Endurance them. I don't want to put Time Warp back in their deck, and I don't want to put my lands away when I've got a Ramen up here. All right, let's just pass. I also have the bird to block with if I really want to. They're going to use Fairy Mastermind here. They kind of have to. And Gaia's Cradle, I didn't really need all that much mana next turn. So they need a way out of this that they can cast twice. All right. Well, Black Lotus is a start. They got a lot more power than I do. It's okay. We're in the finals. We don't need power. They can cast this twice depending. Oh. Does Karn matter? It doesn't really matter. I guess they get to put... Oh, no, I should have remanded because of a Shadow Spear. Though, actually, I still don't think that matters. They block 2 tokens, they go to 7, and then they still take 7, 12, 15 damage. Oh, no, they can block 3 tokens because they have a gut. Okay, they still take 10. They're still dead here. Titania just makes a lot of tokens. Okay, they've equipped Shadow Spear. Parallax Wave goes away here. They get their gut back. And yeah, they block 3 tokens, or the Titanium tokens, whatever, and they take 10. So let's go Waterlogged Grove. Draw a card. I mean, no reason not to, I don't think. Oh, they get to draw a card here. Oh, I guess that's the reason not to, is they get to draw a card. Attack my opponent with everything. And I don't think them drawing a card is particularly helpful because I have a Reprieve here. And pass the turn, or pass, and they take enough damage to die. All right. Kind of interested in Thalia again. And once again, probably just taking out the Teferi. Could also put in Generous Plunder. It's kind of nice against that sort of deck. Is there something I want to cut? I could cut Endurance. It doesn't seem like they're super into doing graveyard stuff. All right. On the draw here, having a turn 2 Omnath again would have been nice, but turn 2 Omnath, turn 3 Titania was pretty sick. Even though they did mana drain the Omnath, I still managed to get out of there. All right, this is a totally fine hand. I get to go probably just turn 2 Caryatid, but it's possible I turn 2 the Thalia. Obviously, if I draw a Mox and can go turn 1 Thalia, that'd be nice. That's a different Mox, by the way, in Academy. Okay. Congrats, I guess. You know, it's fun to be on this side of things sometimes. That really just has not been me recently. Though, again, I guess I'm too up a game in this draft in particular, but I'm still salty about how often I've gotten Lotus out of those 64s, which is, I mean, 2 matches so far. It's a lot of the number of matches I've played. I assume I'm going to lose this game, and probably the match that they have 3 pieces of power and an academy in their deck. Like, yeah, all right, well, it's fine. We don't need to continue this farce. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the play. I guess I hope that does something. Oh, Kosali Pride Mage also probably worth putting in. Maybe I just take out the Generous Plunder, actually. All right, let's do it. I'm on the play. I do have a Mox in this deck. I should not exaggerate. I will keep this hand, and I think I get Commercial District here because I have blue, white, and then that'll be red. I don't love the hand, but I think it's worth keeping. I mean, turn 2 Liberator, turn 3 Green Suns, depending on what I draw. Sometimes just playing a turn 2 Liberator could be really good against them. Okay. I don't know that it's likely they'll have no plays or anything, but let's just get Commercial District. Surveil. Oh, I like that one. All right. Draw Razor Verge Thicket into Liberator. I mean, if I got to Pest Infestation this turn, it wouldn't be too bad because of the Cradle, because then I could have a prime time, I think, on turn 4 with thanks to the Cradle, but I don't think it's that likely they just play an artifact here. They did not. In fact, they played a Generous Plunder. Oh, well, that's not really an artifact I can blow up. Let's draw. Yeah, that was the turn where I really wanted to draw something to play. I think I'm going to attack here and see what they do. Kind of feels like they want that Generous Plunder alive. Land. I think I'm just going to pass here. I just think this Green Suns gets better. It also flips my Frenzied Trap Breaker, but I don't think that's, again, going to come into effect here. They're just going to play 2 spells, though they really should not have played that Mishra's Bauble on turn 1. If they're not able to flip my Outland Liberator back because they can't play 2 spells because they played a Mishra's Bauble, that'll be nice. I mean, they knew about the Liberator, right? So next turn, I have enough mana to do something pretty good. I mean, they have Academy here. Yeah. All right. I can't say I'm loving this, whatever this is. Mightstone and Weakstone. Okay. That's what they're playing? All right, that's pretty weak. Like, I got to kill their Mightstone and Weakstone, and they didn't draw any cards or anything. All right. Makes their Academy a little worse, too. Let's go ahead and Green Suns here. That would have been a really nice play last turn, but, you know, I think I'm just going to Green Suns for an Omnath, and hope that draws me some more action here. Ooh, Springheart? Springheart plus Omnath? That could be kind of nice. They get to look at my top card. I don't care too much about that. They sacked the Bauble. They must just have... not have enough action, because sacking a Bauble when you have an Academy out is pretty tough. All right. I think this could be going okay. Their last turn was not the strongest, and this turn they sacked the Bauble, so it's not like they have 1,000,000 mana. I have an Omnath in play now. Like, I kind of feel like we got something going on here. Next turn, I could Springheart the Omnath, play Cradle, make a copy. Well, we'll see. They're presumably going to play something here. I mean, if they play artifacts, though, I could also just cast a giant Pest Infestation at some point. That would be pretty great. This is less great. They're going to Chandra my Omnath. Oh. They did not Chandra my Omnath. Oh, they're going to Kite Sail Arsonist my Omnath. Okay. Well, I don't really like that. Let's see what we can do. The answer is just not that much, unfortunately. I think I'm going Arwen. And it's pretty gross, but I think I have to Pest Infest or Stringheart bestow the Springheart Nantuko on it. The reason I say it's gross is because I really would rather just make copies of things, but I guess I'll settle for this. I mean, having a 3/3 indestructible is pretty nice. I can block the Generous Plunderer now. I mean, I still have the ability to cast a big Pest Infestation if that becomes relevant. Them killing Omnath by putting two things into play, like, it's not like they spent their turn killing Omnath like they did with the Mightstone, for example. They played Chandra and Larcenist, and they're both still in play. And then I drew a land, and so that swung the equation quite a bit. All right, they're exiling their top card. They hit Phyrexian Metamorph. That one at least I can pop with Pest Infestation, though I guess they get to Metamorph the Arwen. And then the Springheart, I would imagine, remains in play because it can't be bestowed anymore. I think that's how it works. Let's see. It doesn't even try to explain bestow on the card. We'll just find out what Magic Online says. Also, Parallax Wave, by the way, would be a banger of a draw. I mean, I assume they're copying Larcenist here. It would make the most sense. Given they're targeting Arwen, I guess I'm supposed to put the counter on the insect. All right, and then Springheart stays in play. I'll probably block the Generous Plunder if they attack here. I don't really think I have a reason not to. And wow, they're playing a Chrome Mox. They're probably not even imprinting. No, they are. They're imprinting as well. No, never mind. That just is for Academy purposes. Into Bonehorde Dracosaur. Okay, I guess it's Parallax Wave or bust, huh? Parallax Wave probably still wins me the game, or at least puts me in a position to do so. I get to like wave Bonehorde Dracosaur Kites. Yeah, no, I probably do win. Oh, I saw a white card for a second, and I was like, oh, it's Parallax Wave. All right, well, let's go Waterlogged Grove, draw card. Parallax Wave. I mean, I guess all Once Upon a Time. I mean, I can Kasali Pride Mage. No, I think we're pretty done here, honestly. I'm at 10. I'm just taking 9 in the air plus Chandra. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. We were pretty outmatched in the finals there. Their Lotus Double Mox Academy deck. This deck was a scrapper. I mean, Parallax Wave did some good work for sure. Titania, the ramp was good. This is what a decent green deck, tends to look like. This wasn't like a perfect one by any stretch, but I think it was pretty solid, especially given what we saw. So happy enough, and just looking forward to the day that I get to cast the Black Lotus card. That would be nice. Well, I appreciate you hanging out as I drafted, I think, a pretty sweet one. I liked how this went, and even though I never really got a really good Cradle game, I was hoping for that. That's still on the bucket list. But that'll do it for today. I will be back tomorrow with another draft. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.